Good morning. This is a discussion on burns, no? One of your integumentary disorders and one of your emergency disorders as well. Well, there's no need to define burns because we all know what it actually is, no? So it involves heat and coming in contact to our body, causing invasion on our bodily integrity. So to understand burns better, no, or to have a uniform concept on burns, let's discuss burns according to its classification in terms of causes. So what could have caused burns? Burns could be caused most commonly by thermal factors. Thermal meaning those hot objects or liquid that come in contact with the body. So initubig, no? Kayo, flames, fire, hot coffee. So these are thermal causes of burns. But apart from this, burns could also be caused by certain chemicals, especially those that are strong acids or strong alkalines. So chemical burns are those burns which are caused by chemicals like acetic acid, muriatic acid, no? Very strong acids and very strong alkaline. Those that are used to make your batteries, so makapaso na sila kanang sulod sa imuhang transformer, no? Makapaso na sila. So kung mubuto ng transformer, ang kanang itom na liquid within it, no, can cause chemical burns, no? In fact, severe chemical burns. Burns could also be caused by electricity, no? Electrical current, no? Lightning. No? So electrical or electricity. And last class, no, I think more common is your radiation, no? Burns that are caused by radiation. Example is our exposure to sunlight. So kanang sunburn, that is a burn caused by radiation. And not only sunburn, pwede po dyan kanang burns that are caused by chemotherapy treatment. No? Pwede sana siya makakause of burns by means of radiation. Pero pinaka-common na din ha, class, is ang atong sunburn or those that are attributable to exposure to sunlight. So unsa man nga oras ang pinaka-harmful exposure to sun? So this is actually between 10 a.m. to 3 in the afternoon. Now, when one gets burned, it goes through several stages. Okay? The first stage of burn is what we call as the period of shock, or kung NCLEX inyong ginatake, no, this is termed as your emergent phase. So burns at the first stage is a period of shock, or we call it as the emergent phase. This is class your day 1 to 2 of your burn. So today and tomorrow of your burns is considered as the period of shock. And during this period, class, delikado ang imuhang pasyente nga magka-severe dehydration. Nga naman. Because during this period, fluid sa sulod sa imuhang ugat, intravascular compartment, okay? The fluid from the insides of the blood vessel will have to shift into the extravascular compartment. Adto siya sa interstitial compartment. Unsa man na siyang interstitial space? The interstitial space refers to the space between and among cells. So kung mao ni siya ang imuhang ugat, class, this is intravascular, na kay blood, na kay fluid, na kay plasma. Okay? Surrounding that, na kay cells. Ang tubig sa sulod sa cell is intracellular. Pero ang tubig nga naagawas sa imuhang cell is called your interstitial compartment. So meaning, katong tubig gikan sa imuhang ugat, mugawas padulong sa imuhang interstitial compartment. And what happens, class, when intravascular fluid shifts to the second space or interstitial compartment? You will now develop what we call as dehydration or fluid volume deficit. So nanakay dehydration. So in cases of dehydration, what do you think will happen to your levels of hematocrit? Mutaas ba ang hematocrit or mugamay ang imuhang hematocrit? So ang imuhang hematocrit becomes increased, and we call this as hemochondrosis. concentration. Nga naman class, okay? So kani siya class, if this is your test tube, okay? This is your formed elements or red blood cell, and this is your plasma. Okay? Kani siya nga liquid diri is your plasma. The total amount of formed elements together with the plasma is 100%. So, pila man ang imuhang formed elements in relation to the entire 100%. So, normally naatay 46% of formed elements. Mao na normal na itong hematocrit. Pero kung mag-burns manggug ka, ang katong tubig sa imong dugo, kaning imuhang plasma, will go to the outside of the ugat, okay? In an attempt to cool down the burning process or to cool down the heat sensation in that area. Mugawas ang tubig sa imuhang dugo. So meaning, muubos na ni siya. Okay? Go down na siya. So now, what is the ratio between the formed elements to the total of 100%? Di ba mas daghan ang imong formed element? So the hematocrit increases because the concentration of red blood cell is also increased. Kay ngano ang imong plasma nigawas from the intravascular going to the interstitial compartment in an attempt to cool down the heat or burning process. And because there is severe dehydration, the first stage of your burn is also called as a period of oliguria. Okay? So this is the first stage of your burns. How about the electrolyte levels? Okay? We all know, class, that potassium is the major electrolyte intracellularly. The major electrolyte intracellularly is potassium. So kung mabuto ng imuhang mga cell kay tungod sa severe damage from the burns, no? Nang buto ang imuhang mga cell, so ma-release ang imuhang potassium, causing elevated levels of potassium during the first 2 days of burns. So you will have hyperkalemia. And your sodium gets trapped into this edematous fluid, causing a decrease in your serum potassium level. Mutaas ang serum sodium level. Mutaas imong potassium while muubos ang imuhang sodium level. Okay? So this is the first stage of your burns. What about the second stage of burns? The second stage of burns, class, is what we call as the diuretic phase. Why is this called as the diuretic phase? Well, actually, this is day 3 to day 4 of your burns, such that the fluid nga nibalhin na dito sa interstitial compartment mubalik na siya ngadto sa imuhang intravascular compartment. So katong nanggawas nga tubig dito sa interstitial compartment, musulod na siya balik dito sa imuhang sulod sa ugat. So when there is too much fluid inside the blood, no, there is elevated cardiac output. So, musubra na pud ang imuhang tubig kay nibalik naman sad siya pasulod. So, this shifting back of fluid from the interstitial compartment to the intravascular compartment can lead to cardiac overload. Makakos na siya congestion dito sa imuhang kasing-kasing kay sobra ra kadaghan ang tubig. Okay? And with this fluid shift, the hematocrit level decreases. Okay? Kaya nga no, taas naman po ni diri ang imuhang plasma. Okay? And this is what we call as hemodilution. Okay? And because of the extreme cardiac overload, no, extreme fluid volume excess, how does the kidney compensate with such a condition? Magsigi na ka og ihi-ihi. So you will have diuresis. That is the reason why we call this period as the diuretic phase. How about your electrolyte levels during this period? No? So ang imong electrolyte diri, class, ang imong potassium mubalik na pud siya sulod sa imuhang cell. So mugamay na pud na ang imuhang potassium level. On the other hand, ang imuhang sodium remains to be trapped in this edematous fluid. That's why your sodium remains to be low. So what do we learn from this, class? Sa stage 1, taas imuhang potassium because potassium from the insides of the cell are being released to the body. Okay? Pero inig repair na pud niya inig day 3 to day 4, ang imuhang potassium will be sent back into the cell, causing hypokalemia. On the other hand, whether it's the first phase or the second phase, you would notice that your sodium remains to be low because they remain to be trapped in these edematous fluids. Okay, so that is stage 1 and stage 2. Now let's go to the third stage of your burns. The third stage of burns is called as your recovery phase. During the recovery phase or on day 5 of the burns, we notice class na pinaka-common dire is that the patient will manifest hypocalcemia. Nganong mag-hypocalcemia man ang imong pasyente? Well, hypocalcemia na mahitabo class because the calcium from the body will be used to create the scars. The calcium from the body, from the blood, will be used by the body in order to make this granulation process, paghimo sa scar. Because scars are formed with the use of calcium. So magkadaghan nga scars ang himuon, magkakusog ang consumption sa calcium, such that when calcium is extremely consumed, that will lead to hypocalcemia and the patient will manifest signs of Schwostek's and your Trousseau sign. Okay? Schwostek is your facial spasm, while your Trousseau is your carpopedal spasm. During the recovery phase class, it is important that we promote a high protein diet to the patient. Why? Because we all know that protein is needed for the repair of tissues. Because of the extreme damage resulting from burns, we would have to need more protein to repair these damaged tissues. Okay? So, mao na importante atong timan-an during the recovery phase. Now, we have learned that burns are caused by different things, thermal, chemical, radiation, no? And it is also comprised of 3 stages, your first stage or your shock, second stage or your diuresis, and then third stage or your recovery. Our burns class are also classified to severity. It is also classified in terms of its involvement of the skin. We call this class as the degrees of burns. Burns are classified into degrees. Take note that there are 3 degrees. No? First degree, you have your second degree burns, and you have your third degree burns. Ang first degree burns class involves 1 layer only. The second degree includes 2 layers. And your third degree includes 3 layers. So, ana pag-memorize. Okay? The first degree burn involves your first layer of the skin, which is the epidermis. Okay? The second degree includes both the epidermis and your dermis. While the third degree burn includes your epidermis, your dermis, and your subcutaneous fats or even your muscles. Okay? So, ana pag-memorize. Sa first degree burn class, the skin integrity remains intact, but it appears to be red. Okay? So sa first degree class, the skin is intact, but it appears to be red, and there is pain in first degree burns. Kung second degree burn, including your dermis, it is not only red, no? While it is red, but the redness in the skin is now accompanied by blisters. Okay? And still, you would note that there is pain. Okay? Sa third degree burns class, this is that stage where we call as full thickness burn. Full. Kaya ang second degree is partial thickness burns. Ang first degree is superficial burns. Sa full thickness burns, it means that the whole skin is involved even up to the extent of the level of the muscles, such that the burned skin appears to be leathery and the color is black. And because it is too severe that it damages your nerve endings, this third-degree burn appears to have no pain at all. Okay? So these are your different degrees of burns. Now, let's try to manage your burns. What is the most important or the priority process or management in the case of burns? Well, first class, you have to stop the burning process. You need to stop the burning process. Like for example, if one gets burned, napay kayo, you tend to immerse the body part in a body of water, and the water is usually cool, no? Not necessarily cold water. Nganong dili man pwede nga cold water ang imong gamiton? Because cold man gud class can numb the nerves, no? It can numb the nerves such that a person can no longer feel, no, that it is too cold na pud sa DI that obstructs or occludes the blood flow. Wa nakaka-feel nga grabe ra sa deka, freezing cold na sa deka ayo to siya, such that nga ang imuhang blood vessels dili na pud sad siya ka di na pud sad siya mubuka, naka-constrict na lang sad pud siya kaayo. And remember that in burns, we need to supply the damaged organ with blood in order to repair the damaged tissue. Nya unsa ba epekto class kung cold water ang imong gamiton? Mo constrict ang ugat. Kung mo constrict ang ugat, di kaagi ang dugo. Kung di kaagi ang dugo, dili ma-repair ang mga damaged tissues. So we immerse the body part in a cool water, meaning dili bugnaw, dili sad siya init. Okay? So tap lang siya, tap, ordinary water. Okay? And if there are flames in the body, no, nagsunog no ang iyang sinina, nagkayo ang iyang sinina kay nasunog, okay? Unsa may buhaton? Kakita ko sa TV basta gani masunog ang sinina, mudagan. Well, sayo, no? Because running will only give much more oxygen onto it, causing it to have more flame. Okay? Because oxygen feeds the flame. Maubitaw magbusugba kag barbecue imong tayhupon or imong electric panan nga naman, because more oxygen, more flame. So ayaw og dagan kung nasunog imong sinina. Instead, you need to stop, you need to drop, higda ka, and you need to roll around. Okay? So we call this step as your stop, drop, and roll. Do not run. Okay? And if you see somebody burning, it's best that you get a blanket and you are going to wet the blanket to cover the fire. Nga naman, because covering it with wet blanket traps oxygen. So if there's no oxygen kay na-close nimo, then the burning process will stop on a natural course. Okay? And also, class, in order to stop the flame, nurses must be frontliners in using the fire extinguisher. So do we know how to use the fire extinguisher? Remember to pass. Unsa ganinang pass? You need to pull the pin, you need to aim, and you need to squeeze. And then you need to swipe from side to side. So pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep from side to side. Okay? So that is the first step in managing a burning process. You stop the burning process. Number two, class, is important po, class, is to counter the process of dehydration, especially in the first 2 days of the, 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 the burns, no? First 2 days. So, importante ang fluid and electrolyte replacement. So, unsa may electrolyte are we concerned of? In the first period, remember nga, ubos imong sodium and taas imuhang potassium. Okay? In the day 3 to day 4, imuhang potassium is low, but the sodium also remains to be low. So fluid and electrolyte. Unsa man nga fluid ang best ihatag sa patient kana ay burns? Well, it's best to give isotonic fluid. In cases of dehydration, in cases of burns, class, or when you have no idea as to what fluid to give to emergency situations, always consider to give isotonic. Okay? You know that it is isotonic because it begins with letter P, or you see the number 0.9%. Okay? So 0.9% sodium chloride, plain LR, plain NSS are isotonic solutions. Okay? And these are given to patients with severe burns and dehydration. Okay? So how would you know that the patient is in a state of shock? Remember the opposite of rock and roll? Diba sa rock and roll, increased ICP, you have hypertension, bradycardia, bradypnea, hyperthermia, and widened pulse pressure. Sa shock class, opposite na shock class, such that you will have low BP, okay? You will have increase in heart rate, and you will have increase in respiratory rate. These are the signs of shock. In terms of fluid replacement class, it's important that nurses know how to determine how much part of the body is affected. We use a certain formula called as the rule of 9 to determine the total body surface area. The purpose of which is, it is an important entry in your Parkland formula. Kaysa Parkland formula, manggod class, that will tell us as to how much fluid do we need to resuscitate, pili atong ipadagan nga tubig, and within how much period. Okay. So to understand that class, no, ang Parkland formula class, this is the formula that will tell us how much fluid is to be given within the 24-hour period. Meaning, the Parkland formula dictates that whatever the result is, kung pila to'y imuhang volume nga dapat i-infuse, should be administered 50% of which in 8 hours, okay? Then 25% of which in the next 8 hours, and the remaining 25% of which in the next 8 hours, to a total of 100% in 24 hours. So unsa na ko pagkibalo kung pila ang ako ang i-transfuse? The Parkland formula provides that 4 ml as a fixed value times percent of the total body surface area times your kilograms of the weight. Okay? This is your Parkland formula. So 4 ml is given. The weight is also determined by weighing the patient, but the percent total body surface area is a nurse's task. To determine this percent total body surface area, we use the rule of 9. Under the rule of 9, certain body parts are marked as 9%, no? And a total of 100% ang tibuok lawas sa katao. So sa rule of 9 class, giingon din nga naatay 11 parts of the body which scores 9%. Okay? 11 parts of the body scores 9% to a total of 99% plus 1% when it involves the sex organ. Okay? Kung napaso ang loso or napaso ang vagina, the score is 1% body surface area. Okay? So naade kay 11 ka parts of the body which is scored at 9%. So unsa man ang 9%? Meaning, tibuok ulo, okay? The head is 1, okay? The arms, 2. The other arm, 3. Okay? The upper chest, 4. The lower abdomen, 5. Buko-buko, upper back, 6. Lower back, 7. Ang tiil nimo right and left is ang upper left 9, okay? Ang lower left again 1 head, 2 arms, 3 arms, 4 chest, 5 abdomen, 6 upper back, 7 lower back, 8 right upper leg, 9 right lower leg, 10 left upper leg, 11 left lower leg. Okay? So kung tao ni siya, okay? Okay, kung mao ni siyang tao, this is 1. Okay? 2, kamot. 3, upper. 4, lower. 5, buko-buko. 6, buko-buko gyapon. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 areas na tag 9 points, total kaana og 99%, and then the sex organ is 1%. Okay? Meaning, anak class, kung tibuok right arm ang nasunog, no? Kung tibuok right arm ang nasunog, pila man ka percent ang imong ibutang dire, o 9% imong ibutang, such that 4 times 9 times the weight of the patient, then that is the total amount of fluid to be administered. No? The total amount of fluid to be administered, 50% in the 8 hours, 25% next 8 hours, then 25% in the next 8 hours. Okay? So let's try, no? Okay? So let's say, maoning ulo, maoning kamot, tiil, kamot. Okay. What if nasunog ang upper chest? 9. Nasunog ang abdomen? 9. Ang entire right arm? 9. Ang ulo sad nasunog. Then ang ihasang penis sad nasunog. So pila man na siya? 9 times 4. Okay? 9 times 4 plus 1. So that's 37% total body surface area. Kung sa rule, 4 ml times 37 times the weight. Let's say the weight of the patient is 60 kilograms. So you compute now. So that becomes 4 times 37 times 60. And the answer is 8,880 ml. Meaning to say, you are going to divide that class, no? You're going to divide that into 50%, 25%, and another 25%. So what is 50% of 8,880? So that's 4,440. Okay. Then in the next 8 hours, how much do you give? You divide that by 2. So that's 2,220 and another 2,220. Okay. So this is now your Parkland formula for the fluid and electrolyte replacement. Okay. So going back, class, no? In the management for burns, we need to first stop the burning process. 2, we need to resuscitate fluid and electrolyte replacement by determining the total body surface area and computing using the Parkland formula. And the number 3, important also, class, in cases of pain, of burn, is to manage pain. The drug of choice for your pain in burns is morphine sulfate. Okay, morphine is a potent pain reliever. And when you give morphine, class, you need to watch out for possible signs of respiratory depression. Okay, mauna siya worst effect of your morphine sulfate. Okay, so morphine is usually given in strong kinds of pain such as terminal cancer, no? Kana. Mga sakit kaayo, grabe. So morphine sulfate ang ginahatag ana. And the nurse must watch for respiratory depression. And take note that the antidote for respiratory depression in your opioid toxicity like morphine is to give naloxone Narcan. So that is your antidote. Okay? So you give your medication, then you give your nursing interventions like conversing with the client, no, teaching the client on deep breathing exercises, and the nurse must also use a bed cradle. Unsa man ang bed cradle? Mura na siya og ali, no? So that ang imong habol dili siya directly mo come in contact with the patient. Imo siyang ipatong atong cradle para ang habol dili mo pilit sa panit sa patient, kay kung mo pilit na initangtang sa habol sakit kaayo. Okay, mo pilit manggod na siyang habol dito sa iyang samad. And you should also avoid drafts or moving air. So pwede ba ko mag-electric fan kung ang akong pasyente na ay burns? The answer is no. Why? Because kani manggong mga hangin, once moagi sa iyang panit, ang iyang panit is damaged, very sensitive na kaayo siya ang iyang mga nerves, which can cause pain. So we need to avoid drafts in patient with burns. Okay? So that ends our discussion on burns. No? Reminder, this is our third concept coverage for semifinals along with the whole endocrine system, the whole neurologic system, and burns.